Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Paul-Esupofo, and welcome to Special Drama Film School Online, the first of its kind on Facebook Live then and now on YouTube. And I promise us next year is going to be awesome. We're going to do a lot of things, fantastic things to make sure that we can serve you better. Tonight is day 69. Day 69. Hey, gradually, 90 days challenge is going on. And I tell you, day 69. If I were you, sit up, sit right. Less than 30 days to the end of this year, you need to achieve a lot of things. If you have not started writing, start writing. If you have not started speaking, start speaking. Okay, let's go. Our quote today says, our dilemma is that we hate change and love it at the same time. What we really want is for things to remain the same but get better. Sidney J. Harris. Sidney J. Harris. Tonight's topic is midpoint, the midpoint. Hi, screenwriters. When our protagonist makes a decision at the end of Act 1, he is thrust into a new world. He encounters all sorts of situations for the first time and begins a process of learning and eventually mastery. As we approach the middle of the Act 2 in our rewrite, let's take another look at our hero's dilemma, as this provides us with the tension that we keep our script building in meaning as it progresses. Okay, now the midpoint is where our hero's dilemma leads him into temptation between what he wants and what he needs. Can you see that? Can you see that? It is through the dilemma that theme is explored. Let's look at some examples of the thematic questions. Movie examples. Goodfellas. Does crime pay? At the beginning, it appears it does. But at the midpoint, Harry Hill experiences temptation. He wants family and security, but he also wants to be a big shot. After an extended jail term, he is released and agrees to keep a low profile, but he can't. The life keeps calling, and so he sneaks around behind the back of the the mud boss, in order to maintain his lavish lifestyle. He wants Pauline's love and respect because the man is his father's figure. So he begins to have a double life. That's the film. The next film is Knocked Up. Knocked Up. How can one take responsibility without having a grow up? The midpoint happens when Seth Rogen's character is torn between a desire to take responsibility for his action and his wish to remain unencumbered. He goes to the Las Vegas with Paul Rudy's character, and they take psychedelic mushrooms and see Cirque du Soleil, Soleil. In the midst of all this madness, they have a revelation that they should be back in Los Angeles with their women, being responsible adults. Let's go. Act 1 is where we set up the dilemma. Act 1 is where we set up the dilemma. How the dilemma manifests itself is connected to our original impulse. What are we trying to express? Sometimes novice writers struggle with conflict. They want the screenplay to have some, but not so much that they lose control of where they think the story ought to go. And here lies the problem. A well-told story follows a rising pattern of tension. I've told you this in the break time itself, right? And release. As the tension builds towards critical mass, the release leads to a new direction in the story. It is human nature to avoid conflict. Yet, as writers, we must embrace it. It is at this crisis moment that we can either turn away and become distracted, or we can put our characters in true jeopardy. Now, many of us, I want to say this by Paul, and I want to say, many of us, you don't know about life. Life is not only one-sided; it's double-sided. You're going to see good and bad. You're going to experience up and down. So when you're writing, and that's why I like Evangelist Maibam Loye, the way he writes. Okay, at the time, professionally, you look at something. Oh, did Mike supposed to write this way? Oh, he's supposed to write this way. He's supposed to put it this way. But I tell you, because he has been following the Holy Spirit, sometimes he doesn't know the end of the story. Sometimes he doesn't know where the thing will go. The same thing with Shola Mike Akbola. A lot of people are putting expertise, putting excellence is not a bad thing, but relying on the Holy Spirit is for us. Until tomorrow, I remain Paul-Esupofo. They don't forget, don't just be creative, stay creative and be a person of creativity. Do have a wonderful day. Bye. Bye-bye.